Other comment from External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar with regards to the shootout in Washington. External Affairs Minister reacting to the same says condemn it in the strongest terms. He's speaking of the killings of Israeli diplomats in Washington DC. He says our thoughts and prayers are with their families and colleagues. The perpetrators must be brought to justice. We are learning of reports of how two Israeli embassy staffers were killed by a lone gunman in Washington DC on Wednesday night. A suspect who chanted pro-Palestine slogans is in custody is also what reports are suggesting. But for now, let's keep our focus to what we're picking up from the External Affairs Minister. Siddhant, tell us more. We have the EAM respond. He's spoken of how the perpetrators must be brought to justice. What do we know about this incident so far?
Well, yes, that's right. So this is the first response that is coming from the government of India. In fact, EAM S Jaishankar condemns the attack, the killing of two Israeli staffers in Washington DC, and in fact, he says in his social media post that our thoughts and prayers are with the families and colleagues. The perpetrators must be brought to justice. Perhaps this should also be seen in the context, Krithwi, that the way Israel supported India immediately after the Pahalgam terror attack, and not just once, there were multiple statements from the Israeli government here at the embassy level in New Delhi also. In fact, they condemned it in the strongest word, and perhaps they stood with India in its response against terrorism. So as far as terrorism is concerned, this is one issue which is where both countries are on the same page and perhaps have been cooperating, to work together to clean this menace of terrorism, and has supported each other in such times. In fact, when October 7th attack happened, perhaps Prime Minister Modi was the first few world leaders to condemn the attacks in the strongest possible word at that point in time. And in fact, the Israelis are still, still appreciative of that, message of Prime Minister Modi on day one. So, that has been the level of cooperation between the two countries. And since this tragic and dastardly attack took place on two Israeli staffers in Washington, perhaps which has taken the entire world by shock. Now India condemns it, and the EAM S Jaishankar has come up with a social media post.
Okay, many thanks, Siddhant, for getting us all those details.